Have you ever caught yourself holding a book a little farther away, or squinting to read a sign you used to see clearly? Or maybe you've walked into a room and forgotten why you came in, then laughed it off, saying, "Oh well, I'm just getting older." We all do it. But what if I told you that losing sharp eyesight and memory isn't something you have to accept? What if nature quietly left behind a few clues, bright, colorful clues, that could help you restore both your vision and your mind? Today, we're diving into 3 remarkable fruits, vibrant, healing gifts from the earth that can help brighten your sight and strengthen your memory naturally. These aren't exotic, expensive superfoods. They're simple, delicious, and likely sitting right in your local market, just waiting to work their quiet magic. But before we talk about them, I want you to pause for a moment and think about something. Your body has carried you through decades of laughter, hard work, love, and loss. Your eyes have seen faces you'll never forget. Your mind holds stories only you can tell. You owe it the same care and nourishment you've given everyone else in your life. So, stay with me till the end of this video, because by the time we're done, you'll know exactly how to give back to your body in the most natural, powerful way possible. Let's start with one of nature's most radiant healers, the kiwi. At first glance, it doesn't look like much, a fuzzy brown shell hiding a green, jewel-like heart. But inside, kiwi is packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 nutrients that act as natural filters for your eyes. These compounds protect your retina, the part of your eye that receives light, from damage caused by blue light and oxidative stress. According to a study from the University of Oslo, people who regularly ate kiwi showed measurable improvement in visual contrast sensitivity, the ability to distinguish fine details and shades. That means clearer reading, sharper night vision, and less strain while using screens. But kiwi's gift doesn't stop with eyesight. Its high vitamin C content, almost twice that of an orange, fuels brain cells and supports neurotransmitters that help you stay mentally alert. I once spoke with an older gentleman named Robert, a retired postman, who told me he started eating 2 kiwis a day after breakfast. "It's funny," he said, "I used to rely on my magnifying glass to read my crossword puzzles. Now I barely need it." His doctor told him his eye pressure had improved, and he said he also felt more mentally awake in the mornings. Sometimes, nature's miracles hide in plain sight, wrapped in something as humble as a kiwi. The second fruit is a bit more dramatic in color, the red grape. Those tiny orbs of sweetness are loaded with resveratrol, a powerful antioxidant found in their skins. You may have heard resveratrol mentioned when people talk about the health benefits of red wine, but grapes themselves are the real treasure. Resveratrol has been studied for its ability to protect the brain from cognitive decline. Researchers at Georgetown University found that it helps preserve the blood-brain barrier, the delicate system that keeps toxins out of your brain. When that barrier weakens with age, inflammation and memory loss follow. But eating a handful of red grapes a day can support that natural defense system, keeping your brain sharper and your recall stronger. And for your eyes, grapes improve circulation to the retina, enhancing oxygen flow and reducing the risk of macular degeneration. Think of it like watering a garden. Your eyes need steady, healthy blood flow to stay vibrant, and resveratrol helps keep those tiny vessels strong and flexible. There's a kind of poetry in the way these fruits work. They're not aggressive, they're restorative. They don't force change, they encourage healing. Just like time, patience, and kindness, they work gently but deeply. Now, our third fruit is the blackberry, a fruit often overlooked in favor of flashier berries, but one that deserves a place of honor on your plate. Those deep purple-black clusters are rich in anthocyanins, the same pigment compounds that give them their striking color. These antioxidants protect both brain and eye cells from oxidative stress, one of the main drivers of aging. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that older adults who consumed blackberries regularly performed better on short-term memory tests and showed improved motor coordination. The researchers concluded that the anthocyanins in blackberries enhance communication between neurons, helping the brain process information more efficiently. Imagine your brain as an orchestra. With age, some instruments fall out of sync, messages slow, focus blurs. But anthocyanins act like a conductor, bringing everything back in harmony, sharpening your thoughts, improving recall, and even lifting your mood. And when it comes to your vision, blackberries strengthen the capillaries around the eyes, helping you see details more vividly, whether you're reading a label, threading a needle, or watching your grandchild smile. Now, you might be thinking, all this sounds great, but I already take vitamins. Do I really need these fruits? The answer is yes, because while supplements can provide isolated nutrients, fruits deliver them in their natural balance, along with fiber, enzymes, and phytonutrients that your body recognizes and absorbs more effectively. Nature designed them as complete packages, not separate parts. And here's something most people don't realize: the more colorful your diet, the better your memory and eyesight. Each shade in a fruit represents a different group of compounds that feed specific parts of your body. Green fruits like kiwi support eye tissue, red fruits like grapes nourish circulation, and dark purple fruits like blackberries fuel your brain's protective systems. Together, they create a symphony of color that your body understands on a cellular level. I like to tell people, if your plate looks dull, your body feels dull. Add color, and you add life. When you eat these fruits regularly, not once in a while, but as part of your daily rhythm, you give your body the tools it needs to heal itself. So here's your gentle call to action: tomorrow morning, when you make your breakfast, add just one of these fruits. Slice a kiwi over yogurt. Toss a handful of grapes into a salad. Blend some blackberries into your smoothie. You don't need to change everything at once, just begin. Because the truth is, your body still listens. Your eyes still want to see the world clearly. Your mind still wants to remember every precious moment. And with every bite of these colorful fruits, you're telling your body, I'm still here. I'm still caring for you. You're not too late. You're right on time. Now that you know about these 3 colorful fruits, kiwi, red grapes, and blackberries, let's talk about how to bring them into your life in a way that feels effortless, comforting, and sustainable. Because this isn't just about food, it's about creating small daily rituals that honor your body and your years of experience. The first step is consistency. It's easy to get excited about something new, buy a few healthy items, and then forget about them after a week. But real transformation, especially when it comes to your eyesight and memory, comes from small, steady habits. Think of it like tending to a garden. You don't water it once and expect flowers forever. You nourish it regularly, a little every day, and over time the blossoms appear. So here's a simple morning habit to start with. When you wake up, instead of reaching straight for coffee or tea, take a glass of room temperature water and add a few slices of kiwi or a handful of grapes. Let it sit for 5 minutes. The fruits infuse the water with antioxidants and vitamin C, waking up your system gently. Drink it slowly. Feel how refreshing it is to start the day, giving your body something pure. After breakfast, have a small portion of blackberries, fresh, frozen, or even lightly warmed if you prefer softer textures. The fiber in them will help balance your blood sugar, keeping your energy stable through the morning, while the anthocyanins begin their quiet work protecting your eyes and brain cells from oxidative stress. And remember, there's no perfect formula here. Some people prefer smoothies, others enjoy fruit salads or snacks on the go. The goal isn't perfection, it's presence. To be mindful about what you're feeding your body and why. Let's talk for a moment about what actually happens inside you when you make these choices. Your eyes, for example, have tiny receptors that constantly regenerate. The nutrients from kiwi, especially lutein and zeaxanthin, literally get stored in the retina. Over time, they form a natural shield against damage from light exposure. It's not something you feel instantly, but it's happening quietly. Every day you give your body these nutrients. Your brain, meanwhile, is made up largely of fat and water, both of which need antioxidant protection. The resveratrol in grapes helps clear out inflammation, allowing better blood flow and communication between brain cells. It's like clearing away static so the signal of your thoughts comes through more clearly. And those blackberries? They work like gentle repair crews, sending antioxidants into your brain's hippocampus, the region responsible for memory and learning. That's why so many people who eat a diet rich in dark berries report feeling more mentally alert and emotionally stable. It's not imagination, it's chemistry. There's a story I'll never forget about a woman named Patricia, a retired librarian who joined a senior wellness program in her town. She told me she'd been feeling foggy, unable to focus on her favorite books, and her eyesight had become blurry in the evenings. Instead of rushing to more supplements, she decided to try food first. She started having a small bowl of mixed fruits every morning, kiwi, red grapes, and blackberries. She kept it simple. 3 months later, she sent me an email saying her eye doctor noticed an improvement in her visual sharpness. But what surprised me most, she wrote, wasn't just that I could see better. It's that I felt awake again. It's like someone turned the lights back on inside my head. That's the power of nourishment. It doesn't just heal the body, it lifts the spirit. Now, I want to be honest with you. Eating healthy won't erase every sign of aging. We're not trying to reverse time, we're learning to age gracefully, with energy, clarity, and gratitude. But the difference between simply getting older and aging well often comes down to one thing: intention. When you choose foods that support your eyes, brain, and heart, you're sending a message to your body that you still care, that your story isn't over, and that you plan to live it with brightness and focus. If you're wondering how much to eat, here's a simple guide. Aim for half a cup of blackberries a few times a week. A handful of red grapes daily, preferably with the skins on. 1 or 2 kiwis each morning or afternoon. You can mix them with oats, yogurt, or even cottage cheese for a balanced snack. The key is to pair them with a bit of protein or healthy fat so your body absorbs the nutrients more efficiently. For instance, a kiwi with a few almonds, or blackberries with Greek yogurt. As you begin this small routine, I want you to pay attention to how you feel, not just physically, but emotionally. After a few weeks, many people notice subtle shifts. They start sleeping better, thinking more clearly, or feeling more patient and calm. That's your body thanking you. It reminds me of something author Louise Hay once said: every thought we think is creating our future. The same is true for every bite we take. You're creating your future health one meal at a time. And it's never too late to start creating a brighter one. There's also an emotional side to this journey that matters just as much as the food itself. When you nourish yourself with intention, you send a powerful message of self-respect. You're telling yourself that you're worth the effort, worth the time, worth the care. And that mindset alone can spark healing in ways science is only beginning to understand. I've seen people in their 70s and 80s who began with small dietary changes like this and found themselves walking farther, reading longer, remembering more. Their joy didn't come from a miracle drug, it came from reconnecting with their bodies through food. So tonight, when you sit down to dinner, add a little color to your plate. Maybe a few grapes alongside your salad, or a bowl of blackberries for dessert instead of cookies. When you see those bright colors, remind yourself that those are nature's healing pigments, the same compounds that keep your eyes sharp, your thoughts clear, and your memories vibrant. And here's the final thought I want to leave you with: aging doesn't mean fading. It means refining, becoming richer, wiser, and more aware of what truly matters. These fruits aren't magic, they're reminders. Reminders that your health is still in your hands, that healing can be delicious, and that every new day is a chance to see life a little more clearly, remember a little more brightly, and live with purpose. So, tomorrow morning, when you peel that kiwi, rinse those grapes, or scoop those blackberries into a bowl, do it with gratitude. You're not just feeding your body, you're honoring your journey. And your body, faithful as ever, will thank you in the only way it knows how, with sharper vision, steadier memory, and a deeper sense of vitality that reminds you, there's still so much life to see, and so much worth remembering.